Okay guys, today for today's project I have here a guava tree. She looks like a tree, shaped like a tree, but it's actually a fusion bonsai project. If you look like those of the, you ever see in those grocery stores they sell sometimes, money tree, they would wrap about 3 or 4 around each other. Well, I did the same thing. Put a bunch of seedlings, wrapped it around each other, and as it's grown, it's shaped into one tree, and hopefully there's fusion involved. Unfortunately, this pot has had it. Actually, it looks like this. Turned silverware into a bonsai pot. But unfortunately it corrodes, and if we have a good look at it, there's even a hole that's developed here for no apparent reason. So I need to repot this into another pot, and I've decided we're gonna go with this pot. Gonna go with shallow, got holes in there, drainage screens. So it's going to be a shallow pot, and we're going to go for it. We're going to make it look like an instant bonsai. This pot was actually bought at a thrift store. Holes drilled. If you're wondering about how the holes are drilled, one day I'll show you. We can turn any pot, any ceramic pot, into a flower pot. It's not damaging anything if you're using it for other purposes. So if you don't have drainage holes, then it's really not good for your plants. But if you're using for plants, then let's put some holes in it. Let's make it happen. So we're going to repot this into this shallow pot, and I'll show you what it looks like after. So it's going to be like, hopefully like that. Let's give it a shot, okay? So let's cut this out. There we go. Have some wires holding it up for structural purposes. Let's take it out of the pot. But first, tell you what, we're gonna put some soil in here, then we're gonna put it in. And you've seen some videos where they tie their plants in. I've tied some plants in, and to be honest with you, it's good when it's like a big tree or so with a thick trunk, as long as you remember to take it off eventually, because it'll bite into it. And most of the time we're lazy or we forget, so it ends up hurting our plants. So I would recommend, like some others, is just to put the plants in, put some rocks on top until the roots get established, take the rocks off, and you're good to go. Simple. Simple is good. That's it. Let's get going. Sometimes we love bonsai and all trees are meant to be outside, but we live in the northern climate and sometimes it gets really cold and we don't go outside. So sometimes it's good to actually have some tropical trees or tropical plants that we can work on during the winter. And that's what it's all about. Hobbies is there to keep you busy. Don't even know what this is. See? Sometimes if you realize that when you're repotting something, you realize that you did something else before and you've forgotten. Apparently this wire was put here to actually shape the roots, and I've forgotten that it's even there. So, and if you've forgotten something, it could hurt it. So let's take it out. It was there to put the root in a specific radial pattern, and now it's gone. Well, I think we lost our music somewhere. Well, let's continue anyways. So I need to get this out. I didn't even realize I had, as you can see, wires all around it. I definitely was going to let this grow for a while and let it fuse. And just because of this emergency repot that came up, now I see this. It's time for the wires to come off. So let's get this off. Now, we'll get the wires off. There we go. There you go. If you take a look at it, you know, the roots are actually quite radial. So I'm going to cut some roots, I think, just to have it fit nicely. So now let's flatten this area out so we can see better. And we're going to put the pot there, and we're going to put this down just like all the bonsais are, and we're going to just move it down nicely. And I know it's floppy right now, but let's put some soil in. There we go. I love guavas. Guavas smell awesome. You know, to each their own, but tropical plants like citrus and stuff like that are gonna keep you busy during the winter months. You can bonsai tropical. It's nice to have maples and stuff too, but it's also nice to have stuff that stays indoors that you can work on and play around with. So we can, since it's pretty radial, there's not much air pockets. And there we go. Simple as that. Unfortunately, this is the winter month of December right now, heading into the new year. So due to COVID, hopefully this plant can continue to thrive and survive long before, you know, and even after COVID. So I'll find some moss and stuff eventually to put it in, but that's about it. So we will look around, and I'll put this here, and we can look around for some rocks, but I can't find some rocks right now. So we'll have a little turntable to show you. Okay, eventually it'll grow and we'll take the wires off. Instant bonsai. Bonsai should be fun. You shouldn't be afraid to lose things. You know, most of these seeds that you've eaten and thrown away, well, if you've grown it, it becomes a little like, you know, well, anyways, it came from you and you put the effort, so it's yours. Hope you like it. Tropical plants for winter bonsai. Sounds great, keeps you busy. Give it a try.